I mean, in terms of what sets you apart, is there, I mean, this is more to do with your business journey. What do you think sets you apart from others? I know your social media is one of the things that you're trying to, grow. But in terms of, as a person, what can other entrepreneurs maybe, try and learn from you in terms of not just mindset, but the things that you do, the actions you take? Is there anything that you can, give us tips
What
on?
can I do the things that I like to do, which I think is very, very important. And again, when I say that, I don't mean that I only carry out the tasks that I want to carry out, but I'm involved in businesses that I like and that I understand. Um, you know, I ultimately want to be happy in all the things I do. And I think when we talk about the definition of success, success is always solely tied to financial outcomes.
Mm.
And I can tell anyone, time and time again that I know dozens, if not hundreds, of people with much more money than I'll ever have, who all live the most miserable lives. And I know plenty of people who are as good as, or I'd consider, flat broke, who are smiling from ear to ear every day. And I know which of those two I'd rather say. Listen, if I had to pick one or the other, I know which I'd rather be, but I would rather be a smiling rich person
Of
than,
course.
than,
Yeah.
a, than, a, than, a, than, a, than, a, than a smiling poor person. So I'm going off on a bit of a tangent from the kind of question that you asked me. But I think, like, what can I tell people? I'm hungry to learn. I spend, I don't really have many hobbies. I do the things. I go to work, hang out with my kids, like a bottle of wine with my mates now and again. But other than that, work or learning about something that's going to help me in work or help me better my life in some way, very much is my love and interest. I mean, for me, and again, I'm not saying what's right or wrong for different people. You've got to do what makes you happy. But I couldn't think of anything more depressing than sitting in the pub, drinking pints, talking shit with people all day. But those people think that I'm boring, lying on the couch on an afternoon, watching an educational podcast or whatever it may be. But I think a big part of my success is my desire to always be learning more and to always be trying to move myself forward. I mean, I can always walk into most all of the teams in my business and say, oh, by the way, I was learning this at the weekend. Why don't we try this? I was learning that at the weekend. Why don't we try that? And ultimately, they're never doing that. And I think, listen, I'm not the head of that department. I'm not the head of that department, but I'm the one, hungry to try the different things. And I have this conversation with a lot of people when they're talking to me about pay rises or where their career's going. And I get to the point where I say, listen, yes, as time goes on, you'll probably always get a bit more money, an inflationary link here or there. But other than that, you kind of had a ceiling. And unless you go and learn something materially different to bring me some substantial value in my businesses, you're going to be capped at where you're at, and that applies to everyone and everything. And so I think that that success for me is a big part of the fact that when I'm sat doing my sauna and ice bath, which I said at the beginning, I like to do every day. I'm doing it with a podcast or an audio book in. When I'm lying in bed at night, I'm not saying I never watch Netflix. I love it. I love it. Love a good love a good box set or whatever. But I'm typically reading a book or taking a new course or whatever it may be. So I think constantly learning, constantly trying, not giving a fuck what other people say, and knowing that the end goal has got to be happiness, regardless of everything else that's going on along the way.
So this journey of, entrepreneurship, does it ever end?